Okay, so this video is going to go over how to export some of your results. Specifically, this one's going to go over how to export your excluded studies. This is mostly going to be for students who are in the DMSc capstone courses, as this is an assignment. But, anyone can get information from this video if this is something that you want to capture and take a look at more closely. And so yeah, let's just take a look. So we go to the export feature. In the section of the box right here, we have our options for what type of information and section or step of the process do we want to export. And so you could, pick other sections of this as well, the included or irrelevant studies. So this is actually for everyone, but specifically today we're going to do the excluded section. So you'll click excluded. For our format, we're going to, for this first one, pick CSV. And the reasons for that is because that brings it out in more of a kind of more of an Excel format. So I'm going to hit prepared file, and it's kind of pending down here. As you can see, it's ready to be downloaded. So I'm going to hit download, and as you'll see in the corner here, mine has already been turned into an Excel file because that's kind of what I have said I want all CSV files to open up into. So that is something that it's possible when you hit download, it will prompt you to ask what program do you want to use. And so I would recommend using Excel if you have that, because that will just be the easiest way to kind of read that. So let's click on that file. And here's that. So as you can see, we have got all the different information with the titles and authors, typical citation information. But then the extra part that we've got is our exclusion reasons. So this is where we see, wrong intervention, study design, wrong outcomes, and then it kind of even goes through who put that information in there as well. If you are just one person, like a lot of the DMSc students are, they're doing this on their own, it won't have someone. But most scoping reviews or systematic reviews are going to have multiple people on the project, so kind of gives you an idea. But this is where you're first going to get all this information. So that is it opening up in the CSV file. I'm going to minimize that. So what we'll do is kind of the second half of how to do this. Unfortunately, I wish there could be like all in one go, but it doesn't seem like that's possible. So we're going to do this in two pieces. So we've already excluded it, or we've already exported it in the CSV file. Now we're going to move on to one of our citation managers. So whichever one you are choosing to use is totally fine. It works in EndNote, Mendeley, RefWorks, and Zotero. So I'm using Zotero. So you can see right down here, I already have my Zotero up. I'm going to prepare the file just like we did before. While that's preparing, I'm actually going to show you my Zotero. So this is important just because of the way, Zotero and a lot of these work is what I would do is within your citation manager, I would make sure to already create the folder that you want to start putting this into. So for this, let's say I'm just calling it excluded test, but you might call it, blah, blah, the name of your scoping group, exclusions, whatever it is. So this is my folder. It's already open. As you can see, it is empty. So we're going to go back here to the references in Zotero. I'm going to download that and see it's already creating the file. It is an RIS file. So if I open that up, do I want to import it? Yes. I have this unchecked because I want to import it into the collection that I have opened up already in Zotero. So it's giving us some progress down here. There we go. So we had 80 items in here that we are excluding. Okay, so once you have them in Zotero, and I will tell you, if we click on this in Zotero and you scroll down to the bottom, we do also have the exclusion reasons down here. It's just there hasn't been a perfect way to put everything that we need for that excluded articles assignment that the DMSc students have, for it all to be kind of downloaded in one go and be able to use AMA citation to make sure everything's cited correctly as well. So that's why we, again, everything's kind of in Zotero, which is nice, but just trying to put it all together in one is a little bit more difficult. But as you can see, the information is all here. But let's say we do want to make sure that we get these in a AMA citation format for us. So I'm going to right click on the folder for excluded test. I'm going to click on create bibliography from the collection. AMA is collected, and then we want to make sure we hit that bibliography is selected for this, and then we can just save it as an RTF file, rich text format. So I hit OK. Going to just name it something. Excluded test is good enough for me. I'll save it as an RTF. Let's go and make sure that I can open that up. And as you can see, it opened up nicely into a Microsoft Word document, and everything is going to be cited by AMA style format. Of course, I would always, double check this before you turn something in to make sure that it looks like it is actually going with the correct formatting style. But yes, this gives us all of our listing of our different sources. So now, the thing you're going to have to do is actually combine the two of these essentially. So there's a couple, different ways you can do that. This looks like the articles have kind of gone in a, I don't know if there's a specific way they've gone about this. Let's see, Jeffries, Patterson, if anything is, you might have some different ways of, this looks like the study. So I would kind of end up, deleting some of these, and or maybe at least like keeping these for the moment. I would maybe add an extra section into here, and this can be the citation, and this is where you are unfortunately just going to have to copy and paste over into this formatting style, just because that is kind of the example that has been given for DMSc, is to have this be a little bit more in what looks kind of like an Excel format. The other option is to go the other way, and you already have all of your citations in here. You could probably start to, although this would give you the number sections, but so let's say we have our citation right here for Jeffries, then we could go over here and we could see what our exclusion criteria is for that as well, and then copy all of that over. Let's copy this whole bit over, and then you would put that underneath. So that is a possibility of what we can do for that specific assignment that is about showing your excluded results and your reasonings for those exclusions.